It will be interesting to see how much it addicts them.
Yeah.
We as grown-ups, we have learned, it's an addictive thing.
Yeah.
So let's see. And if they get addicted at this age, great.
Brilliant.
So here are the fathers again. Actually, one father is in this team only. We just saw, the sons. Now that's Monaco Vital Sea, where they're beautiful red jumpsuits and so one of their fathers, Stéphane Matoni, I think, has his son Tom in the AA class lineup of the Arctimi group, and he's lucky that the AA team is not in the triple. They would beat them too.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably. Monaco Vital Sea also a fantastic project actually. Former 8-way competitors of the mid 90s, late 90s in world-class competitors in 8-way now, still doing it in 4-way now, coming back. I love the way there's Stéphane Matoni.
Well, we've got the scores through from the fifth round.
Oh.
We've still got, we've got a bit of a mix-up here now. We've got in third place, Golden Knights female on 138.
Nice.
Yeah, they got 30 points in the fifth round. The Hayabusa 33 points on 149. Arizona Airspeed 151.
Airspeed won that round again.
So this is Azure Dubai. Azure Dubai, should I say? And they're let's have a look where they are in the category. I'm just trying to find out. Is it the black team? Is it Azure Dubai Black?
No, that's the A team, which is a black team. You're right.
Yes.
I think the A team is the black team at the moment with Craig, and the gold team is the second. No, that's Hayabusa. Come on.
I'm not looking at the computer.
I just saw David.
We've got Hayabusa on the screen now.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hayabusa right
of
now.
Of course, because we're into
that phase. Yeah. So I was wondering, no, that's cannot be. That's like a top team.
Yeah, we've got.
So that's one of the technical sequences now. The what we just saw, the previous round 5 was like that individual flying sequence, and now we're moving into a much more technical sequence, and we'll see how did WMB do on round?
Well, they've slipped right down. Look here, they must have had some kind of a problem.
Oh, they don't have their score yet, so that's why they're.
The score's not complete. Yeah, so we can't really talk about
that's one of the few teams where
we'll scroll down. We've got a few teams still to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So, and here,
that's Thunder. And those are the Hayabusa partners in 8-way. We call them the amateur world champions. That's probably if there is any separation, you cannot really separate the pros from the amateurs in that sport. Very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But they are probably the best non-pro team on the planet. At the moment, they use all their resources, and time that they have, and they all have jobs, they all work, of course, and they are standing at a 25-26 average at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they're doing 8-way as well with Hayabusa.
They're doing 8-way with Hayabusa, and Sven Evans. There he comes. He is the last one. No, the second one out. The Chemma there. He is a former Hayabusa. He's a founding Hayabusa member. And they all respect him so much. He's kind of the grandfather of the whole Hayabusa project, and he is also still doing it. After all those years, he's seen it all. He has done it all. He was an IPC delegate for. He was in the formation skydiving subcommittee for competition, and he is just a wonderful guy.
They didn't get to compete 8-way at the World, did they, with Hayabusa?
No, they weren't. Well, that's a long story. Regan,
it's a political thing with nationalities.
Yes.
Dutch and Belgium.
Yep. That's what it's. Yeah. And we don't. It was too complicated and too much into it. Fact is, they wanted, they tried, they were not allowed to, and the reasons for that, I don't know if anybody ever wants to know that.
No.
It was not pretty how the whole thing happened, and they were not allowed, and they will not do it at the World Meet last year. They will try to attend meets, but Hayabusa has to win 4-way, so they cannot do 8-way.
No.
That's I don't think so. I would be very surprised if they tried to do 8-way at the World Meet.
So these two Dubai teams, we've had the black team, this is the gold team.
Yep.
Craig and Eliana putting a lot of effort in every week, every day, coaching these teams.
Mm-hmm. And I'm impressed. I'm almost more impressed with the gold team than with the black team. Has Craig in there, and they're actually the top flyers.
Yeah.
And the gold team is more like the newer guys, and they have been doing really, really well. The unfortunate situation for Craig and Ilyana is they're losing. They have a lot of personnel changes. Unfortunately,
Right.
the latest happened. The latest changes happened because they have to attend military services now.
Right.
Each of them for 9 months or so, and they can hardly train in that time period. So they always have to find new guys and bring them back up, and that's challenging. If you don't get consistency with your lineups, and so there's a new gold lineup, and they are doing really very well. Coach and Ilyana.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get much better coaching than than that.
Black Cat, the Russians.
Yeah. Also, nice to see that Yevgeny and Vasily Korotkov, both of them 8-way world champions of 2001 and 2003. And here they are still, But in fact, but here they are not player coaches because they have Valentin Ilin and Alexander Kwasher in there. Alexander Kwasher, probably the most talented 4-way, 8-way competitor that Russia has produced in a very long time, and he is in there. And the team is sponsored by Valery Gredasov. He is actually the organizer and the sponsor of the team, and they're jumping with him, and he is very good. He's at a 21 average level now. Very nice guy too, but this is a full team compared to Barguzin, where they have 2 player coaches.
A good year for Russia with the Hall of Fame this year, with the induction of Vladimir into the...
Vladimir? Okay, yeah, right. Who is the godfather of Russian formation skydiving competition at all,
Yeah.
He's the real beginning.
Now look at these guys.
Yeah, back to
Yes.
Tananin, which will turn into the Mauritanian national forward team, probably.
Yeah, they're going to go for it, aren't they, I believe?
Yeah, it looks so. They seem to be dedicated. The plans sound great. And, absolutely.
Look at Martial, look at his flying, throwing himself leaping into it.
He puts all his heart and soul and passion and everything and energy into it.
Good shot of Marco Rigo's face there as well.
Yeah, it's very active.
Very
active way of French style of
big smile there.
Now you cannot say anymore that it's French style now because the new
it's
teams
changed, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has changed. But
back in the days of, like you say, in the early '90s, when I first started jumping, they were still wearing frap hats.
And then Marco Arrigo with his famous pink helmet.
Yep.
That he has been wearing. That's his signature helmet now.
I was load organising with Marco and with Martial at the Flanders Boogie in Belgium earlier this year, and it was just an absolute honour and a privilege to be amongst them, to see how they work and how they operate. Brilliant, really.
And here we see 4 8-way world champions.
Yes.
That's actually the second half of the French 8-way lineup. Gavroche, yeah, and they are all world champions of 2006, 2008, and 2010. Some of them.
Yeah.
And they are back now. The new national coach Mathieu Bernier. Actually, that was already Jérémy Rollet who ordered them back into the 8-way lineup because French fell so far behind the Golden Knights with the new lineup, the new project. That they said we can't do that. So all of the world champions are back now.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that. So for the World Air Games, we're going to see that lineup.
For the World Air Games and for the World Championship next year.
In Chicago.
Mm-hmm. They posted a 21.5 average already at the World Cup in Teuge, which is very good. The second best team in the world at the moment. They still have work to do if they want to catch up with the Golden Knights. Big challenge.
That new world record from the Knights at the US National was incredible.
Yep, and then the average too. So it's a very difficult task, but France, nothing is impossible, and they will try it, and it's good that somebody is challenging the Golden Knights.
What about this young Qatar team?
Yeah, well, it's not really that young anymore. They've been around for a while now, but they are very good. it was they only took a year off now. It's the same team that we saw in the past years. I think it's only one new player who came in last year, but yeah, highly talented, very well trained. Luc Verstrepen had them. They have changed the coaching now. Now Jérémy Rollet from France, former national coach, has taken them over, and we'll see more of this team. There's no doubt. I'm expecting them definitely in the top 6.
They travel a lot and do a lot of guest.
They have to. They have no drop zone.
Yeah.
So they don't have a wind tunnel yet. They don't have a drop zone. So they have to go to other places to
competitions.
To practice. Which is interesting enough now that Qatar produced a 4-way, 8-way competition team without having a drop zone.
Yeah.
So
incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's also fantastic. Good. So here we have another Russian team, right? So
the Infringers.
Former two former Sport Lotto members, also highly experienced as for indoor competition. And then I think they have Anna Kunikova in there, also an experienced, but not in this team. And who is the fourth? I forgot who the fourth. Dima and Igor are from the Sport Lotto team. And well, anyhow, it's a well-trained team. And indoor lovers, and actually Dima is also a member of the Russian 8-way team, so of the current Russian 8-way team.
Just looking at the scores, we've just got 2 more teams to be judged and to be posted, and then we'll have the full results from round 5. If you just joined the action, a very good morning. I'm here in the studio. My name is Regan Tetlow. I'm here with Kurt Goebel from the Sunpath Products National Skydiving League, expert in formation skydiving, and put his heart and soul into your publication and your reporting of FS over the last few years, Kurt.
Yeah, which has become actually only a product of the National Skydiving League. I never planned to be a journalist in my life or do what I'm doing. I was just starting the National Skydiving League as a competition series and competition league system network, and this part of riding, going to the meets, and and doing what I'm doing now is really just came out of it naturally somehow. And of course, I love to chat about it. I mean, now you don't have to force me. I don't really like to be in the public that much, but if I can do that, just talk about my friends and and the sport, that's I like to do that. I have to admit.
This team here, Hurricane Factory, there's some good experience here over the years.
Yes, and there's Jan Klapka with glasses, eyeglasses on. He is really again the godfather of the Czech Republic competition. Now here we are back to the Canadians here, the 3 brothers with and now we're going more technical. So we see how the new guy JC is trained with the blocks and everything. He's on the left there. Now he's the point in the point position that Katie Wood said before. And
Katie was watching all yesterday.
Yeah, was she? What's she saying?
Yeah, she was loving it. She was saying got her best of luck to JC.
Yeah, she's probably sad not to be here. Hi, Katie. How are you?
Hi, Katie.
Missing you. Well, she's running the indoor cloud league competition now for Skyventure Montreal. So she's bringing up new flyers and kids, in Canada, helping to bring them up. They have some very talented, young flyers in Canada. After this generation of LeMay flyers.
The LeMays, yeah. Yeah, they've changed the sport of skydiving in Canada, haven't they? Once this family came along, they've really lifted it. And
again, the impressive part is that they are the bronze medalists in VFS 4-way at the same time.
I was watching them training 2 days ago. They did a minute on the belly.
Yeah.
They took the booties off. And they were doing VFS. Incredible.
Yeah. I don't know why there's no VFS, at this event here. There's dynamic 4-way and there's airspeed. Let's take a look at airspeed. So the current leader, there they are, actually quite 3-4 points ahead of Hayabusa now. And they are surely technically well trained, no doubt.
A good little fight. Dennis out of Hayabusa, he's won the last 11 tunnel meets he's done. So Dennis in Hayabusa, the last 11 tunnel competitions, he's won.
Oh, that's right.
So this is either going to be number 12 or the end of his run.
So far. That's true. Good point, Regan. Yeah. That's very true. Yeah, and they're proud of it. They're proud that they have been undefeated so far in.
Pressure's on now.
The pressure is on. Yeah, that's.
We're halfway through.
I mean, there are 2 fast rounds coming, And usually Hayabusa likes the fast rounds, and they have taken advantage of them in the past. But airspeed, this airspeed lineup seems to be, prepared for anything.
Yeah.
Whether fast, slow, no.
2 points in it so far.
2 points ahead.
Airspeed of 2 points ahead. 151 to Hayabusa's 149.
Did WMB get their score yet? Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
they got a
back
33.
in third place.
So this is what happened there. We had airspeed on 34 points. Hayabusa and Weebly both had 33.
Well, WMB, so Solly was absolutely right. He expected WMB to keep up with the top teams there again, and they did.
Yeah. Let's just have a look at what's happened there with those two teams. Hayabusa round 1, Weebly round 1. So Hayabusa 26, Weebly 27, 32, 28, 30, 30. They both drew that round. 28, 29, Weebly got that round. 33, 33.
Let's take a quick look here at that's a French Open class team, and it should be mentioned that Laurence Hervé is in there. She is the first open class female four-way competitor in France. They never had a girl yet in France in the four-way open class lineup, and she is a reigning world champion still in four-way women, and they asked her to join the open class team, and so there she is, just leaving the chamber with the 3 boys, young kids. That's Laurence on the right side.
Yes.
And now the next one would be the French girls. Her former teammates, Christine Malny and Sophia Picou, jumped with Laurence Hervé in Posteo last year, won the gold medals. And
there's only 1 point between those two teams as well, 130 to the girls and 131 to the open.
With the boys, yeah. Oh, yeah, major
that's
flaw
cost.
there.
Yeah, that was going to cost them.
Yeah, that's a little setback there.
1 second there.
They have been going neck to neck with the open class team from the beginning. I think that's, it's a good thing actually that they have this internal race in France, keeping them on the same level. That's a nice, so now they have found their rhythm there actually so now that's a different team now. The first page was a little bit slow, but now they have, but they're not expecting to keep up with the Golden Knights at this meet here. It's too early for them. It's a new lineup again, and the Golden Knights in their 5th year, so they want to see how far they are at this point in time compared to the Golden Knights.
It's good to take the benchmark, isn't it, and see where they need to improve and what they need to do.
Yes, look, the NSR gloves, nice. So they are actually also watching the Golden Knights very carefully. I was taking a few photos when the Golden Knights were, and you could see the French girls glued to the wall, seeing what the Golden Knights are doing. And
it's true, like you say, with being that close to the action, they would never get that in the sky.
No,
they can only watch videos, can't they?
Yeah, and they study that carefully too, in both directions. Like they do that all the time. Airspeed. Studying Hayabusa videos, Hayabusa studying airspeed videos, the French girls looking at the Golden Knights. They do that all the time because, you may be able to see something that could be helpful for your own. Usually they develop their own styles. You cannot really copy anything. You have to figure out what's the best for your own team. Everything is different now, the sizes, the shapes, and the energies and so forth. But basic technical stuff, that you can see how they do it and
but I suppose in a tunnel meet like this, you really get to see the team dynamic of the opposition as well. You get to see them when they're flying, when they're stood there, when they're waiting, when they're finished. You can really look at the interaction, can't you, and see if there's any chinks in the armor or any kind of personality problems. You can really pick that up. Here the eyes are Golden Knights now. And
you see the game faces. That's my favorite thing, looking at the faces. Some people are, very calm, like the locals here. It's almost like they're almost falling asleep while they're doing it. But Golden Knights.
Get the close shot of the face. Can we get the close shots on these girls? Yeah, I mean, they said we'll look here now with the team faces here, Kurt.
Yeah, good. I tried to zoom in earlier with my own little camera, but this is good here. I love that angle.
Yeah.
And the closer you are, the better it is. And it is, I mean, you know that, but it is so difficult when you're in the middle of the action really to keep your mind calm and collected and, focus on it is while your adrenaline level is, running on and your heart beats quickly and all that due to the physical challenges. So it's really, two systems which have to get in sync somehow, and it's challenging to do that. They are good round again. So they're
Solly there, team coach.
yep.
He was his team back in the day with Gary Smith. Team Optic, was it their last team they did? Dylan Magic as well they had?
Well, they started actually. They won a bronze medal at the World Championship in 1997
Yes.
for the with the South African national team,
Yeah.
Equanimity. That's where it all began. Then they moved to Florida.
DeLand, wasn't it?
Equanimity was training in DeLand already. Through the whole winter they stayed at the winters, and then eventually they moved Solly and Gary. And then they teamed up with Joey Jones and Doug Park and formed DeLand Magic.
DeLand Magic, yes.
And then they won the gold medal with DeLand Magic in 2004. Quite a story. And that was not the end. Gary actually moved on with DeLand Fire,
that's
Natasha
right.
Montgomery, and won another gold medal 2 years later in 2006. And now they are fully established. Actually, Gary is back in the Netherlands now. Solly is still living in DeLand, has family, 3 kids.
Am I right in thinking we used to have 4-way teams from PD as well? Was it PD Blue and
Yeah, PD Blue, first Genesis, then PD Blue with Shannon, but Gary and Solly were never a part of that.
No, they were fighting against them, weren't they?
They were competing actually, yeah. PD Blue wasn't ready by then. The Magic was too strong at the. Actually, Shannon was the alternate for for DeLand Magic.
Yes.
So he was a part of that at that time.
Now, we're talking there about the return of Satori, and here is Aaron with ACM.
Oh, there he is, yeah, the blue jumpsuit. That's
Yeah.
Aaron, yeah. And former Satori member.
Only 2 British teams here for 4-way. Surprising when they've got such a big pool of talent in the UK right now.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that they don't have more here, but I don't know. They're also in the forming phase. Voodoo may not continue with the same lineup or as a team, which would be too bad after 20 years in the sport.
Yeah.
With the same changing lineups, and Vision 99 is coming to the World Air Games,
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah.
They're competing, so I don't know why they're not here before. It's difficult.
Yeah.
It takes, if you're not a pro team, it's 3 weeks.
It is. It's a lot of time off work.
And that's difficult for normal, recreational skydivers to put in at the end of the year when they have already spent all their time and vacation for other meets.
Azar Red, UAE.
As I read the third lineup, actually Aljona
She's on this. Yeah.
is in that lineup, yeah, and it's fun to watch her. She is still so good. I mean, she is such an incredible skier. She was with the Russian national forward team in 2003, in fact.
Yeah, with Lenka and.
Oh,
Was it then?
that lineup was a completely different lineup.
Right.
Who was on the, I don't know, Vladimir Ostanin, I think, was in it. I think even Nikolai Ulik-Zanin, who died last year, I think he was on that lineup too. But she was on that national team, and she is just a fantastic competitor. She was in the 8-way team for a while too, Evolution Pro, the Russian 8-way team in the early 2000s, mid-2000s.
Well, the round 5 has finished scoring now. We've got 5th place Canada Evolution on 134. 4th place Golden Knights female 138.
There's
Wimby on 147. 2 points behind Hayabusa. Let's have a look what they've got here.
So now they have the technical round. Let's see how they can how they handle the technical round,
After the free-flown round before with the individual.
where they kept up with the top teams. So, well, it all looks like so far so good. That's again they know each other so well.
Yeah.
3 of them were world champions in 4-way in 2010. So what can you say? That's not that far.
And then Roy is still world champion,
And
isn't he?
Roy is still world champion. So you would expect that they are still and they are all still active, and they're keeping up. Even this more technical round now, you will see them on the same scoring level as Hayabusa. And
Have they got any insight how this happened, how they got together? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know the details of it. I know that they are all kind of, they love what they're doing.